So we talked about how it brings one closer to Allah. We talked about how it brings a type of tranquility and peace. It will remove malice and worldly distractions from the heart. So sometimes we'll be so immersed in the dunya that we'll just be like thinking about this house or car or wealth or whatever else it is. And we need to figure out a way to clean that rust. One of the fastest cures is to pray 2 rak'ah at night and ask Allah in dua, Ya Allah, remove this love of the dunya from me. Get it out of my heart. So again, what we've been talking about in this class, many of the different types of diseases that exist, they're not just removed, they're not removed that easily. For example, removing love of the dunya. If you're in the dunya and we're always thinking about the dunya, the love of the dunya will stay until somebody's like very elderly. You can have somebody who's 70, 80, 90 years old and they're still really into the dunya. And that's what they want. But somebody who understands, hold on a second, that's why knowledge is the first step we take. This is actually a bad trait. Like, I'm not supposed to be in love with this place. I'm supposed to be in love with the akhirah. I'm supposed to be in love with Allah and His Messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam. How do I rid myself of this? I don't know. And I don't know opens the door to Allah's help. When somebody says, I don't know, Ya Allah, I know I'm supposed to do this, but I don't know how to do it, is what I should clarify. Ya Allah, please help me. And you ask Allah, please help, please help, please help. You'll see, He will help. He will guaranteed help because you're asking Him at a time where the help is always coming, always coming, always coming. So that is another reason. The third is that the night is a time of immense spiritual gifts. This is not something that is easy for us to perceive, or rather easy for us to rationally understand, but there are things that are going on in the realm of the unseen that are taking place in the time of the night, in the time before Fajr, where these amazing rahmah and mercy from Allah and forgiveness and all sorts of things are descending. But they're available, the scholars will say, for the one who's awake and ready to receive them, not for the one who's asleep. And it's why it's called the Tahajud for a reason. It shares a root with the word jihad, which means spiritual struggle. So it takes a type of spiritual struggle for somebody to cut their sleep short and say, you know what, I gotta pray. Somebody could sleep and, it's relaxing for the body, it's relaxing for them, but they say, no, I have to get this thing done, I have to get this thing in, and then they start to prioritize the qiyam or the tahajjud prayer. So again, that is a very, very core component of it. On the other hand, one should just keep in mind that it doesn't need to be done, where someone starts impacting their health or they start impacting their bodies. So in our religion, moderation is the key, and the Prophet, or they start impacting their bodies. So in our religion, moderation is the key, and the Prophet ﷺ emphasized to us to do things in a moderate fashion that were sustainable for us, for our bodies, and for our families. So our bodies have a right over us. We can't not sleep and then our bodies end up getting sick, and then we're saying, well, no, I'm praying at night, but I'm sick. The key is you pray, you don't overdo it to the point where you get sick. Our families have rights over us, our spouses have rights over us, our children have rights over us, and so one also needs to make sure they have enough energy throughout the day to get through that day. And to fulfill the rights and the obligations that folks, that people have. But the Prophet ﷺ still very much emphasized this. One time he mentioned that Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, he mentioned he said, what an excellent man he is. And this is the son of Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu. He said, but if only he were to spend time in night prayer. And so he's saying he's a great, and if he were to do this, it would be even better. And so he's saying that it would be exceptional. He was already excellent. He would be exceptional if he did this. Two things to take away from this. One, the very obvious one of how the Prophet ﷺ is emphasizing the night prayer. But look at the way in which he encouraged somebody to do something good. He didn't say, hey, you have this fault. You don't pray at night, and you're from the Sahaba, you're from my companions, and you don't even pray at night. Come on. That's what he did. He didn't reprimand.